You got
that.
cash?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I always deal in cash, man.
I hear you.
How you doing? Good.
Looks like a man is looking for something.
Oh man, I just got a pawn shop.
Yeah?
So I buy like jewelry, coins.
You got a way to weigh gold?
Oh yeah. Just sling it at me. $2013. You look a little young for 2013. Well, do you know about what you want for it? I got a thing over there.
Well, you tell me what you think it's worth.
Let me go take a look real quick.
I mean, Sass told me what it was worth, but
Who is Sass?
jewelry at a jewelry store.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, all of these is they're going to be scrapped because no one's going to want it.
And melt it down.
Yeah, and then it's got the thing you got to take out, so it's going to be a little less, but.
How you doing today?
Doing pretty well.
I mean, I would do like $275. I would do like $275, but I have to take the stone out and then we have to melt it and turn it into jewelry.
I can do that.
So, yeah, if you want to do $275,
You got cash?
oh yeah.
Okay.
I always deal in cash, man.
I hear you.
You have 25 bucks? What'd they tell you it was around
About that, but I had to leave it 3 days because that didn't have my name on it.
Oh, jeez.
It's a jewelry store, though.
Yeah. Most places pay about the same because they're just going to do the same thing I'm going to do. So I mean, we all are usually in the same boat. We have a guy that makes jewelry, and I just sell it to him, make
So
a
you
few
don't
dollars.
do nothing with triple beams or anything like that?
Not really.
Okay.
We don't we just have the scales in our shop. They have to be regulated.
I mean,
So-
you wanted to
Yeah.
you sell them or something?
I don't use those, but okay. All right, buddy.
All right, I will.
All right, thanks, man.
Watch out, watch out.
What's going on, everybody? I want to appreciate y'all for tuning in. In the video you just watched, you see my dad buy a class ring. So just I'm gonna give you a little closer look at it. This is it right here. So he paid $275 for it. That video was a couple weeks old. That's gold was like $2,005. Now gold's like $2,070 something today. So what we do with these, we're just always melt them because there is no reselling that. So that stone right there has some weight in it, and what we're going to do, we'll weigh it, see what it weighs, and then we'll knock that stone out, see what it weighs after we knock the stone out, and we'll see the value of it today. So typically something like this, I just got this big mini sledgehammer I keep at the shop, and then somewhat just turn it on its side, give it a couple hits, and they usually come out. Here it is. So it just popped right out, and that's it right there. So let's see what it weighs. So right about the time that I recorded that video, when he bought it, he paid about 70% of gold, and you can see on the calculator at the time gold was only $2,006. So this was it right here. It's 15.9 with the stone. Take the stone off. 14.9. So this stone weighs a gram. So you lose about a gram, 1.1 grams. That stone is worthless, so knock it out like that, and then we'll see the value of it today. So before I show you the value of that ring, I want to talk about this too, because I get a lot of comments when I buy jewelry and buy stuff. When people say gold is $2,000, $60 an ounce, or just for fair numbers say $2,000 an ounce, that's pure gold. Like this comment right here, 20 grams of gold is worth $1,300. 20 grams of 10 karat gold is not worth $1,300. It's worth about $550 at 100%. And that's the other thing too. We could send our gold into a refinery, and that's what I used to do, but they say they'll give you 98, 99%, 97. It never comes back at that. It was always 94, 95, 96% of what I thought. So with Prince, we made a deal with him. He pays me 93%, and it's convenient for me because he comes here. I don't have to go anywhere or mail it off or anything. And then also too, I like to give him the business for him to run his small business that he runs. So like I said, when people say $2,000 an ounce, that's pure gold. That's not. 10 karat gold is 41.7% pure. 14 karat gold is 58.5% pure. And 18 karat gold is 75% pure. So $2,000 an ounce, that's pure gold. No jewelry you really ever find is pure gold. I mean, that's like finding a unicorn, really. 24 karat gold jewelry. So with this ring right here, it weighs 14.9 grams with the stone taken out. So if I was to sell this today, and we actually got lucky because, well, I say not lucky, but I say it worked in our favor because when he bought gold, when he bought that ring, gold was $2,006 and it's up about 60 bucks. That's the other thing too. It could drop 60 bucks and then, you know, you lose a little bit there. But in 14 grams of 10 karat, it's not going to be a huge difference, but it will be some. So this is what I get paid, 93% of the market, and it's $387. So he paid $275. If I was to sell this today with gold going up since he bought it, it's worth $387, and that's what we scrap it for. Good morning. How's it going?
Bueno, llama a la abuela.
Each are 4 for 10. You guys don't have any old video game stuff or anything like that, do you?
I got an Xbox. I gotta wipe it still.
Xbox?
I haven't gotten around to it.
He was about to go wipe
not
it.
the newest one, whatever the Xbox One. Is that the second newest one? Not an Xbox X. Whatever the one before that was.
The one
One.
or the One X, yeah.
Got that. I gotta erase all my credit card information from it still.
What about any older games like Nintendo stuff, anything like that? Nothing like
We
that.
had a lot the last yard sale we had last
We have a
year.
Wii. We have a Wii.
Sold quick.
A Wii?
Yeah.
You have any games to it, or?
Yeah, I think we only have like 2 games.
Has that been wiped though, Tim?
These are the only games we have left.
Oh, the Wii U.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the Wii U.
Yeah. Can I see this one? Monster 300. Would you sell that game or not?
Yeah.
What would you sell that one for?
I don't know, $2.
That's fine. I'll buy this one.
And you're not interested in that one?
Nah. And you don't want to sell the Wii U system?
I don't know if I ever wiped it after you said it.
Yeah, I mean, that thing's so.
Yeah, it's older. I mean, I don't even know if they did credit card stuff on the Wii U or nothing. And I could wipe it for you if you wanted to sell it.
Oh, actually, I think that was your system anyway. So for your information, that was before we got together. That you
Yeah, I
had
don't
that.
think there's anything on that because it's so old.
It's up to you. You know me. I'm too paranoid to like that computer in there. I gotta wipe that.
It's in here.
I'm not trusting enough.
Got a bunch of controllers
Yeah.
with it.
What would you take for the Wii U?
I don't know. What do you think?
20?
That?
20 for everything.
I'll do that.
Yeah, all that stuff in there should be for it.
All right. Do you need the tub, or can I take it, or you want the tub? All right.
Yeah.
All right. I appreciate it.
I didn't think anybody would have been interested in
Yeah.
that system.
Yeah, old video game stuff.
3DS last year sold like hotcakes. We had like three.
Oh yeah, 3DSs. Any of the Pokemon games for the DS?
I had a special edition Monster Hunter.
Oh yeah.
3DS.
Yeah.
I ended up selling.
Yeah, any
like
of the.
$100 and they're going for like 400.
Yeah. All right, I appreciate it. Yep. So I want to appreciate y'all for tuning in, and I hope y'all enjoyed the video to this point forward. I'm always looking for new ways to try to keep the videos interesting, because I just don't want to show y'all the same thing over and over again. So I like when y'all ask me questions, and then I can kind of answer them on the channel, or y'all give me ideas of stuff y'all want to see. It always helps me out for new content. So there was a comment that said, can you show us stuff that was pawned that came out and what we do with it if somebody pawns something and don't pick it up. So I just looked on the thing today, and this is the most recent thing that came out. So this right here, obviously a Jesus pendant. It weighed 20.9 grams of 14 karat, and I gave the guy $600 at the time. The only downside to this pendant is the diamonds aren't real in it. So that's the only downside to this pendant. And so this pendant has about $800 in gold in it. I gave the guy $600 for it. The bad thing about something like this is anybody that's going to pay $1,000 for a pendant, normally they're going to want it to be diamonds. So I guarantee you when I put this out, everybody's going to ask, and a downside to selling it is going to be that the diamonds are not real in it. So one last thing about a pawn on something like this, and that's why I kind of try to explain it the best I can. But a pawn like this, when I give the guy $600 and it's worth $800 in gold, and that's with gold going up some. So when I give him $600 and it's got $800 in gold in it, and he waits 2 months and it charges him 2 months interest, he's going to owe more on it than the gold that is in it is worth. So he's owed more than what it's worth in gold. So that might be the reason he didn't come back and get it, but we'll still make $200 on it regardless if I just melt it down. So we got to hold it for 60 days on a pawn. That's a downside, and gold can, in 60 days gold can swing hundreds one way or the other. So that's one thing right there that got pawned that somebody didn't pick up. And this is, even though the diamonds aren't real in it, it's still really too nice to melt. I know it'll sell. It might take a few months. I'm not sure. I know a downside is going to be that the diamonds aren't real in it, especially being somebody that's going to pay, like I said, $1,000 for it, $900, whatever gold does at the time. So that's one thing right there that we get. Somebody pawned, didn't pick up, and that's what we plan to do with it. So I'll do one more question from a comment I had somebody send, and this person asked, I'm thinking about opening a similar business. Can you put together the top 10 do's and don'ts of running a pawn shop? I don't know about 10 do's or don'ts. I'll just give you the major ones in my opinion, how I feel. When we open, a lot of people come in here from the channel and they see, they're like, man, the shop's a lot smaller than it looks. So we did that on purpose to keep our overhead low, because we bought and sold, but we never ran a pawn shop. So that helped us out in the beginning, because you're not going to make a ton in the beginning, being a new business, people not knowing where you're at, not getting a lot of business because people don't know you're open yet. So keeping your overhead low, I would say, is one of the huge factors to play when opening a business like we have. I had an opportunity to get the one next to us and make it bigger, but that's when COVID was like heavy, and I was kind of worried at the time what was going to go on, so we stuck with this. But if that ever comes available again, we will take it. So I would say that's a huge factor, is your overhead, your costs, your bills, all that kind of stuff, and the lifestyle you live. So depending on what kind of bills you have for your personal self, that's going to be a huge factor that comes into play when opening a business, because you'll have to make a certain amount to pay your bills, a certain amount to pay the business's bills, and it just all depends really personally. The second thing I would say not to do when opening a business similar to mine, or a pawn shop, or buy, sell, trade, or anything like that, is taking stuff in the beginning because you get excited that people's coming in and you want to, create a relationship with people and buy stuff. But in the end, really, if you're taking stuff that's, don't have a lot of value to it, or you're taking questionable stuff or things that might sit on eBay forever, or however you plan on selling it, that's kind of where one mistake kind of we made in the beginning is we took some stuff that was, I would say questionable is the best way to explain it. Questionable as in reselling it and, what you think you can get for it and, how long it's going to sit and stuff like that, the quality of stuff. So I would say, the quality of stuff you take and how you're going to price it and how you buy it. The last thing I would say is, at the end of the day, you have a business to run, but try to treat people as fair as possible. Pawn shops have this horrible reputation of people run bad businesses. Pawn shop guys are scumbags. I mean, the comments are 95% of the comments people leave are great. I love interacting. But man, there's some people that write stuff that just, and I know it's the internet, and I know when I started putting stuff out, I was going to get that. It don't hurt my feelings or nothing like that. But if you write me something crazy, I'm probably going to write you something crazy back. It's just kind of how I am, and that's how I deal with it. But anyways, I think treating people fairly. So I try my best, man. At the end of the day, we have a business to run. We have to make money. I get comments on here. If I pay 70% for some gold or 90% for a gold coin, people just lose their minds. So, and I know it's not everybody, but I try my best to treat people as fair as I can. At the end of the day, I have a business to run. The doors ain't open for free. I don't own this building. We have pawn software we have to pay for. We have electricity, water, all our bills on our own. So you have to make money, but at the end of the day, you have to treat people fair. So I would say that's my 3 tips, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And like I said, if you have suggestions, go ahead and leave me a comment. I try to read almost all of them. I mean, we get a lot, but I try to read almost every comment I can. So go ahead and leave me a comment. If you have something you want to see, a question to ask me, advice, something you want to see in the shop, it kind of helps me out because I like to keep it fresh. I don't like to show y'all the same thing over and over and keep it boring. So leave me a comment and let me know what else you want to see. So before we get to the giveaway, the last previous giveaways, I'm getting a ton of questions on Instagram and stuff. I don't have any more of them Silver Eagles left that I sold from the Monster Box. I have hundreds of comments of people asking me, and the giveaways kind of got, mixed in those. So I'm going to go through them. I'm going to get them out to everybody. If you want a giveaway and you've commented to me, don't think I forgot about you. Don't think I'm not going to send it to you. It's just I've gotten tons of questions about them Silver Eagles and people trying to buy them, and then I've seen some of the winners getting mixed up in there, so I will get it out to you by next week. So if you watched the last video, my dad and I melted some silver, and this was one of the bars right here we melted, and I said I would give one of them away. I think this was over 5 ounces of sterling silver, so it was like $130 something at the time when we did it. I had a lot of people say, write our name in there or, something like that. I'll leave that up to the winner. Whoever wins it, I do have a Dremel. I'll write something in it or whatever. That's if you want me to. I don't like to get way ahead of myself and think I'm some melt guy and this and that. So if you want, I will put something in it, but I'll leave it up to the person that wins it. If you want me to, I will. If you don't, I completely understand. So let's get to it. Like I said right here, this is one of the bars we melted last time. I hope I didn't ramble on too long in this video. I don't know how much people like to hear me talk, but I try to keep it to a minimum and just show y'all the content. But anyways, we got a link to the video, filter duplicate users. Go ahead and grab all the comments. 648 comments. So we're going one winner. Good luck. So Froggy Dog 129. So Froggy Dog, if you have Instagram, message me right here on Instagram. That's the easiest way to get in contact with me. The previous winners from the last 2, I think I'm like 2 weeks out, something like that. I'll go through them. I'll make sure you get your stuff. I've just had a ton of comments for them Silver Eagles, and I don't have any more of those. So I appreciate y'all reaching out, but I don't have any more of those Silver Eagles. They're all gone. So as always, I appreciate y'all, and I'll see y'all next week.